So Frank, can you give us a bit of an overview on what ailments you suffer from, and you know how long you've had these issues?
I have been a sufferer of wireless Wi-Fi microwave radiation for, since 2017, having my first issues with it as far as 10 years ago when my tinnitus started. The tinnitus progressively got worse. The biggest problem I've had with it is with my blood pressure. I have pulmonary hypertension, I have heart failure, I have Meniere's disease, I have prostate cancer, but my blood pressure was one of the biggest issues. The other thing that accompanied it was my shortness of breath. I found after going to malls and places that had microwave radiation, even when I was wearing shielding on my head and on my chest, I couldn't breathe. After 15, 20 minutes, I literally couldn't breathe. I would go home. After 2-3 hours, all of a sudden I could breathe. My blood pressure medication wasn't working. I mean, my blood pressure was going into very dangerous areas. Sometimes at night I would get really hot and overheat in my bed because we had a neighbor that had a modem that was way too close to our bedroom wall. We used to have trouble sleeping. Fatigue, constantly tired. I was tired all the time, and I figured it's just my heart failure. But when my heart failure improved, my fatigue didn't improve. My memory would get bad, very poor memory. I couldn't focus, I couldn't think at the mall. I'd be at the mall for 20, 30 minutes and I'd forget what I came there for. And it was just horrid. Occasionally I'd get some nausea with it. I would get heart palpitations. The heart palpitations would start and sometimes they'd get very, very violent. I mean, you could, if I was laying down, you could see my chest moving or sitting down. I would get skin rashes. My eyes actually would start hurting. That would, from the computer. Maybe that was part of the blue light, I don't know, but at the time we hadn't wired anything up. But these were just some of the symptoms that I suffered, and I suffered terribly since 2017. In 2018 is when my wireless Wi-Fi microwave radiation really took off. I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't do anything. I basically felt like a prisoner in my own home. There was nothing I could do.
So Frank, what products have you actually used prior to finding Blushield, and how did they work for you?
Well, some of the products that I tried, and I tried everything that people had talked about and things that I found online. I tried the rocks, I think they're called shungite. They didn't work for me. It didn't work at all. Some people have these stickers that you can put on the back of your phone. I tried the stickers, they didn't work. My wife and I drove all the way down to the coast and we met with a lady that was selling products that looked like little pyramids and little spiral devices sitting on a table. And she was very positive about them, but the moment that we turned on the Wi-Fi and I answered the phone, I was feeling the radiation. And I said, this doesn't work, it doesn't work at all. I tried everything, so I found out that the only thing that was going to work for me, because what really works is no wireless Wi-Fi or distance from Wi-Fi or shielding. So I figured, okay, try the shielding. I ended up spending $1,000 just for a couple of shirts, getting the material, ordering the material, having to have the shirts designed and made. You can buy them pre-made, but they're extremely expensive. Some of them have stainless steel threads in them. Some of them have silver linings in them. But I tried everything. Nothing worked until I found Blushield.
Well, Frank, can you just maybe explain to us the level of protection you have to go through on a daily basis just to, be protected from microwave radiation?
This is a sample of the shielding that my wife and I bought. We got it from China. This is a nickel and copper sheeting, and there's two kinds of shielding that I found out. One is reflective, the other one is absorbative. It absorbs the microwaves. This one reflects the microwaves. We had $1,000 of this on the common wall between us and our neighbor, just to try to stop the level of radiation coming through there, which on my EMF meter was at the top of the red. I mean, it couldn't go any higher. So there was $1,000. Then I went to the clothing. This is a shirt that I had made up, and this is what they call the absorption material, and this basically absorbs microwaves. and it's got stainless steel threads in it. This one here is got a silver lining on the inside, and the silver reflects back the microwaves. Now, all of these only bought me time. If I wore these going to the mall or going to a restaurant, not only did I look funny and I felt funny, and I also had one for my head. There's one for the head. You know how silly you look with this on your head? I would have to wear three of these in order to shield my brain, because it was so disturbing to my, I couldn't think. And maybe that was also affecting my breathing. But I had to wear all of these until I found Blushield. And guess what? I found Blushield. I don't need any of them anymore. None of them.